How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome, happy Thursday, everybody. It's a long week, and I know it's middle of the week and work. Some of us work, and it's just a struggle, you know. But God's good, regardless of the situation we're in, and we gotta give God the glory. He's still in the throne. Who can agree with that? That's right, amen. So, welcome everyone. My name is Rudy. And I'm a proud member of the Choose to Change mentoring program. The Choose to Change mentoring program is a self-supporting, Christian-based, sponsored by the Choose to Change Foundation. There is no fee to attend this class, but we do encourage donations from members, from our member, and to anyone else who believes in what we do. The only requirements for membership is a desire to change your life. Who's got that desire? Then you're in the right place. So we are on a mission to restore families by inspiring, challenging, and equipping men to become better fathers, husbands, and leaders in our community. So if you are ready, then you're in the right place. Thank you again. Through this program, you will learn exactly where to start your life change journey, tools and resources to keep you going, and a support system to help you reach your goals. The Choose to Change mentoring program believes in three key principles of life. Number one, we believe in life-changing power of God through faith in Jesus Christ. Number two, we believe that God has already done his part, and that is our responsibility to learn to do ours. Number three, success or failure is a choice, and the choice is yours. So if you are ready, say, I am ready. Again, thank you guys. Man, it's just a privilege to be here on a Thursday. Like I said, it's rough throughout the week. Work, school. There's no more school, right? Okay. So, yes, I know it's exhausting, guys. But you know what? It's an honor to be here. And before we pass it on to our brother Orlando, I'm just going to make a quick report. No kids allowed outside, not even teenagers. Please. No kids or teenagers are allowed to be outside. Yeah. Thank you. So our brother Orlando's here, and let's give him a hand as he takes the pulpit, guys. He's got something wonderful to teach us tonight.
Oh man, barely made it. I'm gonna use my laptop tonight. I barely made it, guys, but thank you, each and every one of you for coming. It's been a challenge, but life is a challenge, right? It's interesting. I'll share some things with you here tonight. Tonight I was witnessing firsthand the devastation of fatherlessness in the family. So if I get a little emotional with you tonight, just bear with me. It's interesting thought. What do y'all think? I was going to share this at the end, but I guess my mind is all over the place. I have what I wanted to share. I wasn't able to print it out. Just some things happening. We all go through some things. I'm sure we all can attest to that, right? Going through some things. Heartache, pain, frustration, confusion, depression, right? Yeah. Imagine. What comes to your mind when I say fatherlessness? Think about that for a minute. What comes to your mind when I say fatherlessness? which is an issue that we at the Choose the Change Foundation has decided to tackle. And for everyone, it's a different meaning of what it means. But just keep that on the back burner there for a minute, because I'm going to bring it up later on here in the next few minutes after the meeting. But today I wanted to talk about purpose. Today I wanted to talk about purpose. And I ran out of ink. But that's how our purpose feels sometimes, right? You can barely see it, or you don't see it at all. Let's see. I don't have another one. If you find another ink back there, let me know. I want to talk about purpose tonight. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. If you're watching us online, on YouTube, Facebook, thank you for watching us. My name's Orlando. I am the founder and the CEO of this organization called the Choose to Change Foundation, where we are on a mission to restore families by inspiring, challenging, and equipping men to become better fathers, husbands, and leaders. And I was thinking about tonight, as I was going to share about purpose and how we have teenagers here, we have young adults, we have older adults, we have a combination of different people and men. And everybody can relate to what I'm saying from their perspective. The teenager from his perspective, the mother from her perspective, the grandmother from her perspective, the husband from his perspective. Fatherlessness is a challenge. So finding purpose for your life is something interesting to talk about. So we're going to talk about it tonight. So why is it so hard to change your life? Why do people give up? Why have you given up in the past? Whether you're 15 years old, or you're 35 years old, or you're 60 years old. Why? Why do we give up? We doubt. Yep. We doubt. I mean, there's several reasons why. You know, there's a simple answer, though. But before I give you the answer, let me just say, it's hard because, well, let me give you the answer. It's a very simple answer, but it's just hard. It's hard, right? It's just hard. That's all there is to it. And I guess I make it so simple because I had to come to that conclusion. That changing my life was going to be hard. I always share in my testimonies, I wasn't looking for easy, I was looking for possible. You know, and as I see things around me in my ministry and my family and my friends and here in church, as I see devastation and hurt and pain in the families and marriages and relationships, it's just mind-boggling. It's hard because the things we need to do on a daily basis, most people don't want to do. Like admit, right? Admit. Surrender. I like some of my first inspirations was Rocky and Sylvester Stallone. You know, I've shown the video here where he's talking to his son and he's talking about how life is not about how hard you can hit. Life is about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. So it's hard. Here's the truth. Change and success in life, in a life change journey. Okay, let me read this again. Here's the truth. Change and success is a lifelong journey. And when people come to that realization, they're not willing to commit. Man, this is too hard. If life change and success and fulfillment in life was easy, we would have a lot more healthy, wealthy, and happy people. So why am I saying all that? I want to talk about purpose. Just share a few things with you about purpose. What wakes you up in the morning? My mother, my wife. I have to go to the restroom. What wakes you up in the morning? I was asked that question one day. I actually heard it in prison. What wakes you up in the morning? Chow. I was hungry. But see, that's a good question. Because you're going to have to ask yourself this when you're, right now that you're young, right now that you're going through things. If you find a reason to get up, it's easier, one, to get up, and two, you're happier, you're fulfilled. But finding that reason, the purpose, finding it is the difficult part. Last night, Pastor Roman preached an awesome sermon about never giving up. But I see it so much in these rooms, in life, people giving up. He called it, I think, giving up is not an option. Giving up is not an option. Giving up on your marriage, giving up on your children, giving up on your success, on your business, in your organization, on your, it's not an option if you want to succeed in life, if you want to find purpose. He talked about how life was a fight. Who would agree to that? Life is a fight. I go through it. My moms go through it. Pastors go through it. Teenagers definitely go through it. Mothers go through it. Life is a fight. And we have to deal with these things. We have to start dealing with them, you know. And we have to, especially when we're young, we have to grow up. I found out, I was telling my wife, and I don't know who else I was telling, but I got a revelation about teenagers. Because I have a teenager. And I got a revelation about why do we struggle so much? When I was struggling when I was 15, 16, everybody. Who here struggled when you were 15, 16, 17? Every single hand went up. And why? I found my revelation was this. I didn't want to grow up. I just wanted to have fun. Like that, the girls, there's a song by Madonna, it said, girls only want to have fun. There you go, yeah. Girls just want to have fun. And the boys want to have fun with them. And we don't want to grow up. That's my revelation. We just don't want to grow up. That's why you have young men that are 30 and 40 years old still playing video games because they have nothing else to do. They have no purpose. So life is a fight between good and evil. That's what it's all about. From the day you woke up, from the day you were born, life is about good and evil. And your job is decide which side you want to be on. Does that make sense to anybody? Between right and wrong. Between good and bad. Life is a fight. And I really related to that sermon he was sharing because I've learned all this. I've studied all this. I've asked God for this. I want to find purpose in my life. I want to know what's real, what's not. So I want to talk a little bit about finding purpose. So finding purpose is what most people want to do in life. Every single teenager goes through this. Every single young adult goes through this. Every single person is trying to find purpose. Most people are searching for something that they don't know what it is. So the question of tonight I want to pose to you is, here's a good question. Here's the question. Is there purpose in life? You have to answer that. More importantly, do you think there's purpose for your life? Let me tell you why I say that. Because if there is purpose for life, because you have to choose which one you want to believe. Because the easiest one to believe is that there's no purpose and you can do whatever you want to do. There's a lot of people in prison like that. A lot of them. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do, you don't care. And you can have as much fun as you want. Do whatever you want. No, nothing matters. A lot of drug addicts like that. So first thing you need to do is choose whether you believe there's purpose or not. If you choose to believe that there's no purpose, then there's no sense in even listening to what I'm about to say anymore. I'm reading a book. I'm starting to read more. I was listening a lot. Now I'm starting to read more. But I thought it was a pretty interesting book. I said, man, I like it when God shows me I'm going in the right direction. Look at this book, which is why it caught my attention. 10 Choices. And then it says by Dr. James Mcdonald. And I said, 10 choices. I said, wow. Anything that has choice in it, I pick it up. Anything that has choose in it, I pick it up. Anything that has change in it, I pick it up and see what it's about. So I opened it up, and I said, man, this is pretty cool. And it goes on to explain that there's 10, he gives us 10 choices. He says, with these 10 choices, you're going to make at least these 10 choices in life. And if you make the right choices, you'll have a successful life. I tell teenagers this all the time. I've been hearing this for years. Choices. But yet it kind of like goes over our head. But what I really liked is when I started reading the side of it. Listen to what it says. He says, do you love your life? Or maybe not? Do you wonder why some people have all the luck and you can't catch a break? Dr. James Mcdonald says, you chose the life you have now. I remember when I first heard that, I was in prison. I didn't choose to be here. Sentenced me here. They put me here. No, I didn't understand that. What do you mean I chose to be here? But this is what it said. The life says that you have chosen the life that you have now. And this is the part I liked, and if you want something better, you are going to have to choose to change it. That caught my attention. And I said, wow, I'm on the right road. See, because everything I teach in here is not new. It's not new. But the reason, let me give you another revelation I got. The reason why we have such a hard time in life is that we don't search. We're not looking for something better. Or better yet, we don't know where to look. Because it's not that easy. You have to search it. It's biblical. So, if you said yes, I do believe that there must be a purpose for living, then this class is really going to help you, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Or at least what I'm going to close with. So let's consider our options. What are our options? Here are the things we have to consider. Where do I start? What are my options? Who do I believe? So let's consider a few options that we have. If someone were to ask you, where do I find purpose? What would you tell them? Does anybody want to answer that? What would you tell them? I mean, if you're a Christian here and you know what you would tell them, just okay, tell me. And God, we find purpose. And they're going to ask you, right, well, what about God, right? But you said God, right? Okay, that's where you find your purpose? And that's true. It's really true. Does anybody else want to answer that? Where would you find it? Because if that's true, then they're going to look at your life. Within you? Yeah. So I just want you to think about that. Where would you find it? I'm going to give you some options. Let me tell you some options that people actually use. We have psychology, science, and spiritual experiences. Right? There's a lot of stuff out there. Yeah, that's why I'm like, man, people are getting really confused about the spiritual life. In Spanish, called curanderas and mind readers and spiritual experiences. Psychology and science. That's one option. It's an option. Is it an option or not? Yeah, it's an option. Here's another one for you. How about religion? There's all kinds of religious sects out there, right? We're in a certain religion. We believe in certain beliefs. But this is where a lot of people turn to. They turn to different religions, right? To find purpose. It's an option, right? Buddhism, atheism, Muslims. How about this one? Have you ever met somebody that took the choice of aliens? I have. Nobody ever heard that? I'm serious. I was talking to one guy one time, and he looked me straight in the face, and he said, "You know what? I think there's aliens." I wanted to laugh, but I had to hold myself. He was serious. And when you're young, you're gonna really, man, this guy. And then he starts explaining about aliens and this and that, and if this possible, it's an option. Of course, he was a drunk and alcoholic and a drug addict, so I don't know if that made any difference. But hey, you can try to find answers through aliens. What about your own purposes? What about just living for yourself? Gonna explore the world. Somebody already tried that one time. It was King. What's his name? I'm looking at you. Solomon, hombre. King Solomon. The Bible says that he did everything that he felt like doing, everything. Had all the money in the world. The richest man to ever exist. His name was King Solomon. And he says that after he did all that, he said there was nothing to fulfill, which is where I'm going, to fulfill your life. So I'm going to close with what I recommend, which is what I'm doing here today. I'm going to recommend and affirm and confirm that Jesus Christ is the way to find fulfillment. I've done a lot of research on this. I've asked a lot of questions. I've had to deal with a few doubts. But at the end of the day, there's three things that Jesus Christ has done for me or has given me. He's given me hope. Hope for the future. Part of what we teach here. Hope for the future. Given me a purpose. And I believe he's saved my life. So let me give you another huge reason why you should choose Jesus. God. Because I've searched a lot. I've asked a lot of questions. And today I came in late today because I was witnessing right before my eyes devastation of a lack of a man in a household. A father who will love his kids, who will lead. So how does that shift? Let me tell you how that shifted here. Just thought I had forgot about that. It's because God, Jesus Christ, helped me to learn how to love. That's why I'm able to love my family. That's why I'm able to do whatever it takes. This is what God has done for me. That's why I chose Jesus. I teach this a lot. I took a chance. I took a chance. And like, if you haven't heard my story about taking a chance, let me see, make sure. You know, part of my testimony is that I robbed the store for one more hit of cocaine on my daughter's 4th birthday. This is important to know because a lot of people don't know this story, this part of the story. So if you haven't heard this before, this is an interesting story. So I remember it was 6 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it was like 5:55. How do I know that? Talking about taking a chance. Don't let me forget that. I was standing outside the corner store, 5:58 in the morning, my daughter's 4th birthday. And the reason I knew that, the time, is because there was a clock right in front, one of those digital clocks. And I was standing broken, drug addicted, mad, afraid, confused, wanting to just kill my worthless self. I was a loser drug addict, a loser father, a loser husband, a loser, period. I had no hope, I had no purpose. And all I wanted to do is get another hit. But I knew that if I went into this store, is what was going through my head, standing there, watching the clock. I knew that if I went into the store and took a chance of not getting caught, or of getting caught, that if I got caught, I was going to go to prison for the rest of my life. I knew that. I'm giving you some insight into drug addicts' minds here for a minute. And I'm saying, you know what? It's 5:58 now, and I'm thinking about all this. I'm thinking about it. How did I get here? I'm thinking about all the messed up things I've done, the lies, the deceit, the cheating, the manipulating, the hurt, the pain. Everybody's hurt. And I'm saying, right at 6, I'm going to make a decision. And that's why I know when you hear my testimony, I say, at 6 o'clock in the morning on my daughter's 4th birthday, I robbed the store for one more hit. And I'm thinking, okay, do I take a chance or don't I? Do I take a chance or not? And I took a chance. I took a chance. We love to do this when we're young. We take chances. And of course, you know the story. Got caught. Caught my wife. Went back to prison. And it was only the mercy of God that I'm here today. But then a few months later, or just days later, actually that same day, I had to take a chance on my life. Is there a purpose or not? Where do I find it? What do I believe? Who do I believe? All I knew is about Jesus. Like many of you, you know about Jesus. And you've heard other things. I'm asking you to take a chance on Jesus Christ. And that's what I did. I took a chance. I took a chance that God was real, that Jesus was real, that He did love me, that He had a plan for me, that He loved me, and that He could help me. I took a chance. And I'm telling you, I'm glad I did. Because the Bible, here's what the Bible teaches, and I'll close with this. It teaches that God loves me. I don't know if you all realize this or know this or not, but one of the key ingredients or key necessities or needs of a human being is to be loved. We'll do anything to be loved. That's why God teaches us that He loves us. We need significance. We need to have meaning. Because if there's no meaning, then what's the use in living? So God gives us that. The second thing He gives me is a plan. The Bible teaches me that He had a plan for me. I didn't understand that for the life of me. I didn't. I just didn't. But just like I took a chance on robbing that store, I took a chance on God. Okay, this is what you say? All right. And sure enough, plans started unwinding. And here's what he asked for me. And this is what I do. And this is how I found purpose. Understanding that he loved me and that he wanted me to love him. And that the way I found purpose is by helping others. And that's why you're sitting in a Choose to Change mentoring class. Because I found purpose in trying to help people. It's biblical. They asked Jesus one day, what is the greatest commandment of all? What is the greatest commandment of all, Jesus? They were testing him. Now remember, this is a choice that you have to make. You have to choose God. You have to choose Jesus. You have to choose to believe. And Jesus said, well, love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, all your strength. He said, and the second one is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. What that means is the best way to live is to love God and to love people. That's it. Love God and to love people. Even when they don't love you. Because there's a lot of people who wouldn't give up about what I'm teaching here today. But I found purpose. And I recommend, I hope you find purpose for your life. You need Jesus in your life. You need God in your life. Because does anybody have anything to say here? As we close for the night. Not bad for having all kinds of things happen right at the last moment when I was on my way over here. Finding purpose. Anybody at all? Anybody on? I didn't get my water. Guys, I went to the prison. I want to go ahead and pick up a donation tonight for our organization as I continue doing what I'm doing. I went to the prison on Monday. And 10 people got saved. I spoke to 20 people, probably more than 10. Men, prison. You know, and what I do in there is I challenge them. You know what? Not everybody took the challenge. I'm telling you, there's people that are ruthless. But then there was other people that I told them, you know why I do what I do? I said, it's not for you necessarily, but for your kids. I told them, because out there, I deal with your kids. Who's taking care of your kids? I told them. Who's taking care of your children? I told them my story, man. It broke some of them. That's why I love doing what I do. 10 of them made a decision. But see, what we do in our Choose to Change mentoring program, and what we do as an organization is we go out and we're looking for men. We're looking for men who would take the challenge, take the chance on becoming the fathers and the husbands and the leaders that we so desperately need in our society today. That's why I asked you at the beginning, what is it, when you hear fatherlessness, what does that mean to you? See, to me it means there's a wicked society out there that is stealing our fathers. It's literally destroying our dads. And we're bringing awareness to that. Fatherlessness due to incarceration. Fatherlessness in America is a huge problem with over 24 million children raised without a father. And this is the root cause for many of the issues in our society today. It's plain wrong to allow children to grow up in a fatherless home without someone to guide them, provide for them, teach them right and wrong, and how to be a leader. And this is what people give to when they give to us. I'm really, really serious about what I do. I'm really serious about what I do. Because I know that each and every one of us needs help. We know that what it feels like to see children suffer the consequences of fatherlessness. We know what it feels like due to incarceration. We've helped literally, or inspired literally thousands of people, men, around the world. Like men like Oscar Cruz, Zapata, Chavarria, Rudy. So that's what you give when you give to the Choose to Change Foundation. I just want to remind you of that. Because we're becoming more laser focused on what we do. Because going to the top, I was going to put my shirt. The going to the top shirt, for me, what it means is that I'm going to the top of leadership, and fatherhood, and exampleship. That's what it means for me. And I'm trying my best to help, but I can only do so much. But with your help, your donations, if you're watching me online, maybe you want to give to us. This is what we're doing. So we're trying to increase awareness. With your donation, we're going to increase awareness of this, the seriousness of fatherlessness. You can join our Facebook group. You can join our YouTube. You can get our newsletter. Dan is doing a lot more research. And in fact, if anybody knows, we're looking for a volunteer. Oh, man. To help us with social media. So if somebody's listening to this and you're a social media guru and you know, we're looking for someone to help Daniel do that because we're doing a lot of research on this issue of fatherlessness. We want to learn more, learn what it takes to end the fatherlessness and how we're making progress. That's what we're doing. And the other thing, your donation to become a partner is in fighting fatherless due to incarceration, we can do together. And that's what we're trying to do. So, with that in mind, I'm going to pass around the donation. I brought my donation. I decided, you know what, I better bring my donation every single time I come around here. If you're watching online, you can give it the... But, with that said, I have a car wash on Saturday. Car wash. You all guys going to help me? Awesome. From 8 to 1, 8 to 12, 8 to 1. Free tacos. Oi, I got, how many volunteers do I got here? There's one. Can I get another one, another one, another one, another one? I saw that hand, Frank. Awesome. Chavarria, thank you. So we're going to have, give free tacos to the people coming. The Oil Can Harry, a shout out to Oil Can Harry in Edinburgh, Texas, is going to allow us to have this car wash. And I went to AutoZone. Let me see, was it? Yeah, AutoZone in Edinburgh to see if they donate some soap. And not only did they donate soap, here's what he said. He said, can't you have a car wash here in our store? I said, yeah. So probably the next car wash we're going to have at the AutoZone in Edinburgh, Texas. But listen, we're making a difference, men. We're making a difference. You know, we're making a difference in families' lives just by being here. So thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, on YouTube, and we'll see you next week. God bless you. And we have shirts, by the way. Talk to you soon, guys. God bless.